Welcome back. We started solving this question in the previous video. We solved the first part. That is, we formed a table of corresponding values for x and y for the relation y is equal to 4 plus 5x minus 2x squared. And this was the table of x and y values we had. In this video, we are going to use the set of x and y values in this table to draw the graph of the relation y is equal to 4 plus 5x minus 2x squared on a graph sheet by choosing an appropriate scale. So we are going to choose our own scale for the graph. The question said we should choose an appropriate scale. It means that we should choose a scale such that our graph will cover a large portion of the graph sheet. So we should make our graph as big as possible. Okay, so we will look through the values of x and the values of y and choose an appropriate scale for the x-axis and for the y-axis. Let's go to our graph sheet. So we have our graph sheet here, and this is the set of x and y values we are going to plot. Let's look through the set of x values and choose a scale for the x-axis. So we have the smallest value of x to be -3 and the biggest value of x to be 5. So if I choose a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit on the x-axis, the set of values will cover a large portion of our graph sheet. So it means that on the x-axis, a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit will be an appropriate scale. So that is the scale we are going to use for the x-axis, 2 centimeters to 1 unit. Let's come to the y-axis. The smallest value of y we have on this table is -29. And the biggest value of y we have on this table is 7. Looking at these values, I'm going to choose a scale of 2 centimeters to 5 units on the y-axis. 2 centimeters to 5 units on the y-axis. So on the x-axis, I'll choose a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit, and on the y-axis, a scale of 2 centimeters to 5 units. Remember that because the question did not give us a specific scale, you can choose your own scale for the graph. I'm going to choose a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit on the x-axis and 2 centimeters to 5 units on the y-axis. With this scale and the set of values we are going to plot, I'll choose this horizontal grid line as the x-axis and this vertical grid line as the y-axis. They will intersect at this point, so here will be the origin. On the x-axis, the scale we are using is 2 centimeters to 1 unit. So I'll use a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit to number the x-axis. On the y-axis, the scale we are using is 2 centimeters to 5 units. So I'll use a scale of 2 centimeters to 5 units on the y-axis. We can now plot our points. The first point is -3 minus 29. So we look for -3 on the x-axis, which falls on the major grid line. Then -29 on the y-axis, but -29 does not fall on the major grid line. So we have to know the value of each of the divisions on the y-axis in order to read the point -29. To get the value of each of the divisions on the y-axis, we will divide the scale on the y-axis by 10. The scale is 2 centimeters to 5 units, so we will divide 5 units by 10. 5 units divided by 10 will give us 0.5 units. So it means that on the y-axis, each division is 0.5 units. As we can clearly see, -29 will be somewhere between -25 and -30. So let's zoom into that portion and read -29. Remember that each division is 0.5. So let's go between -25 and -30. Each division is 0.5. So we start counting from 25. From 25, the first one will be 25.5. The second one will be 26. The third one will be 26.5. The fourth one will be 27. The fifth one will be 27.5. the sixth one will be 28, the seventh one will be 28.5, and the eighth one will be 29. So it means that minus 29 will be 8 divisions from minus 25. So we count 8 divisions from minus 25 to get minus 29. So we have now seen the position of minus 29. We can go ahead and plot minus 3 minus 29. So minus 3 minus 29 will be on this point. The next one is minus 2 minus 14. So minus 2 on the x-axis and minus 14 on the y-axis. Once again, minus 14 does not fall on the major grade line. So we have to read minus 14 on the y-axis. Each division on the y-axis is 0.5. So to get minus 14, you start counting from minus 10 downwards until we get to minus 14. Each division is 0.5. So the first one from minus 10 will give us 10.5. The second one will give us 11. The third one will give us 11.5. The fourth one will give us 12. The fifth one will give us 12.5. The sixth one will give us 13. The seventh one will give us 13.5. And the eighth one will give us 14. So it means that to get minus 14, you start counting 8 divisions from minus 10. We now know the position of minus 14. So we can plot minus 2 minus 14. So minus 2 minus 14 will be here. The next point is minus 1 minus 3. So you look for minus 1 on the x-axis and minus 3 on the y-axis. Minus 3 also does not fall on a major grade line. So you read minus 3 from the y-axis by using the procedure that you have been using all along. We have minus 1 on the x-axis, you look for minus 3 on the y-axis, and you plot the point minus 1, minus 3. By this time, I'm very confident that you can read minus 3 from the y-axis. So you plot the point minus 1, minus 3. The next one is 0, 4. So 0 on the x-axis and 4 on the y-axis. 4 also does not fall on a major grade line. So you have to read 4 from the y-axis. And I'm sure you can do that. The next one is 1, 7. So 1 on the x-axis and 7 on the y-axis. 7 also does not fall on a major grade line. So you read 7 from the y-axis. The next one is 2, 6. So 2 on the x-axis and 6 on the y-axis. 6 also does not fall on a major grade line. So you read 6 from the y-axis. So we have the point 2, 6 here. The next one is 3, 1. So 3 on the x-axis and 1 on the y-axis. So you read 1 from the y-axis and you plot the point 3, 1. We have it here. The next one is 4 minus 8. So 4 on the x-axis and minus 8 on the y-axis. And the next one is 5 minus 21. So 5 on the x-axis and minus 21 on the y-axis. So we have 5 minus 21 here. Looking at the pattern of the points that you have plotted, we can see that our curve will have an N shape. So you join these points with your free hand to get the graph of the relation y is equal to 4 plus 5x minus 2x squared. So you join these points with your free hand, and this will give us the graph of the relation y is equal to 4 plus 5x minus 2x squared. The quadratic term or the square term in this relation is minus 2x squared. As we can see, the coefficient of the square term is a negative number. So if the coefficient of the square term is negative, your graph will have an N shape as we have here. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. In the next video, we are going to solve another question on drawing the graph of a quadratic function on a graph sheet. Bye bye.